One of the big financial decisions in life, housing. Many of us dream of one beautiful home, but for a lot of people, that dream can seem overwhelming when you face high costs, mortgage payment, and all the costs that come with it. But what if I told you there are other ways to live comfortably and happily without having to invest in a high-cost house? So if you're ready to think outside the box and save big, listen up. Let's start with one of the most flexible housing, renting. Renting a home, and I always did that, an apartment or a house can be affordable way to live comfortably without a large financial commitment of purchasing a property. Renting is a great choice. If you're not ready to settle down in one location, for example, it offers flexibility and allows you to easily be relocating for one travel or personal reason. Another benefit, you're not responsible for property tax, major repairs, or maintenance costs. These are typically covered by your landlord. That means fewer surprise expenses. Consider looking for rental properties just outside of major cities. You can also look for sharing living when you rent a room or find rented apartment rooms. This can drastically reduce your rent, especially in expensive cities. By renting, be sure to negotiate. Landlords are sometimes open for offering lower rents for long-term leases, especially if you're a reliable tenant. Additionally, always read the contract carefully to make sure it meets your expectations. Another popular and affordable housing option is tiny houses. Tiny houses are a fantastic solution for people who are looking to have low-cost lifestyle. They're about 100 to 400 square feet, but often cleverly designed to maximize every inch of space. They got so popular for a good reason, due to their size, and they're often built with energy-effective design, which keeps fertility costs lower too. Because they're smaller, they need less material to buy and build, and are easier to maintain. Many people who live in tiny houses, they value experiences more than possessions, and appreciate the simplify of owning less. Tiny houses on wheels add even more flexibilities. They're great to travel and experience new places. A tiny house on wheels allows you to take your home with you. Imagine to relocate with ease without leaving your home behind. Just check local regulations for places where you can park and live in your tiny home. Financing a tiny home is often easier than financing a traditional property. Many people save up and purchase tiny homes outright, avoiding loans or falling into debt. However, if you do need financing, with special lenders who are specified in tiny home financing. Manufactured homes are another great option, even if they're not widely considered yet. They provide an affordable and secure way to own your own space. Mobile homes are typically more affordable than any traditional house because they're manufactured in a controlled environment, which reduces production costs. Property tax and interest costs are also lower here. Many mobile homes are often located in dedicated communities or parks, which often offer security and a look-like neighborhood. Living in a park can feel like a small town environment and may even offer additional services like waste collection or community events. If you're interested in owning, you can purchase a mobile home at a fraction of the price of a typical house. There are financial options available, and maybe many sellers are also offering rent-to-own plans. Just be aware of additional fees for rental parks if your mobile home is not placed on a property that you own. House hacking, making your home to income source. House hacking is a popular strategy for those who want to offset their housing costs. That possibility even makes profit. The concept is simple. You buy a property with the initial of renting out parts of it to cover your mortgage and expenses. One classic example is buying a duplex, triplex, or even fourplex. You're living in one of the units and rent out the other. The rental income from the other units can offset your mortgage payment and potentially leave you with extra income. I lived in one of those too, and the owner had done a good move for themselves. If a multi-family property is not available, consider renting out a spare room, the basement, or even the garage. With many platforms like Airbnb, housing hacking, this option has been even more accessible as you rent out a part of your home without committing to a long-term rental agreement. Housing hacks give you the opportunity to build equity and eventually own the property while generating income. It also teaches valuable skills in property management and offers a chance to create a real estate portfolio over time. Co-housing, for those who enjoy social communities, that can be an affordable, fulfilling option as well. Co-housing involves living in a private residence with a community that shares common spaces and resources like kitchen, laundry facilities, or gardening. Co-housing communities are often designed with sustainability. They can range from modern eco-villages or urban housing complexes. Many people find this lifestyle to be rewarding as it combines privacy with a strong sense of community and sharing values. Since resources are shared, expenses like things for utilities, supplies, can be reduced. Co-housing can also offer a built-in support network, which is valuable for families and people alike. Many co-housing communities also share responsibilities like childcare or cooking, which reduces low living costs. Research co-house online, find options in your desired area. Some communities require a application process. Others are open for new members looking for buy or rent unit within the community. Rather, your co-housing provider affordable, unique housing experience. Either way, co-housing provides an affordable and unique housing experience for sure. If you're looking for saving costs without compromising on comfort, sharing living spaces can be a great option. Shared living or co-living involves renting a private room in a shared house or apartment with spaces like kitchen and living room to share. Shared living includes often to share Wi-Fi, furniture, utilities for the rental price, making it convenient and an affordable choice. You also have a built-in social environment, which can be a great way to meet new people, especially if you're new in a city. There are apps like Roomster, Share Room, or even Facebook groups to make sure you find people who match what you're searching for. Many cities often also have co-housing areas with furnished apartments where each tenant has a private room but shares other spaces like kitchen or living room. Many shared environments can be ideal for those who want to save up for a down payment or reduce expenses for a special goal. It's flexible and doesn't require a huge commitment and lets you experiment a home-like environment without the full responsibility of renting or owning a place. There are so many affordable housing options that can help you live comfortable without the financial burden of a high-cost home. Rather, you're interested in renting a tiny house option, co-housing. The key is finding solutions that fits your lifestyle. Your home doesn't have to be expensive to be a place of comfort, peace, and security. By thinking creatively, you being open to housing options out there, you're taking steps towards a life with greater financial flexibility. And go out there, explore your options, and find your perfect affordable home that allows you to live your life to the fullest without stretching your budget.